Do you ever wonder how you could possibly create your own lettering style? Are you struggling with comparing yourself to others? I'm so glad you're here. Join me in creating your own confident lettering style with this YouTube series called 26 Ways to Letter. Hey friends, I'm Sarah from Ensign Insights. Thank you so much for checking out this video. In this video, I will be using the Sakura Koi coloring brush pens. These have some really vibrant colors and they work great as watercolor. The actual nib is not my favorite for lettering because it's a little more soft than what I would like, but it is very good quality if you like a softer nib. And for the letter Q, Q is such a weird letter to me. For one thing, it's not in very many common words, so we don't use it that often, but also it really just looks kind of different. Lowercase q is just an oval and then the bottom half of the letter F, and uppercase Q is just an O and then a little mark through it. And that seems easy enough, right? But whoever thought of putting a little line through an O to make a Q, it's just so weird. And have you seen some of the fancy script or old style uppercase Qs? You'll see some of them here in just a minute. Some of them totally look made up. I did make a lot of these up, but the point is, sometimes it's okay not to understand everything, not to know why a letter looks the way it does or why a Q is just an O with a line through it. We may try to understand everything because it makes us more confident when we know more. Of course, we want to know as much as we can about that thing that we want to be confident in. However, we don't want to lose our sense of wonder. It's okay not to understand everything because it helps us feel like there is more to learn. Confidence isn't knowing everything. Confidence is being willing to learn anything, even if we might fail. And along with that, confidence is knowing that you don't know everything. All of a sudden, it releases so much pressure of trying to know everything and do everything once we realize and accept that we don't know everything and we don't have to know everything. That's when it can get really good because there's no pressure. If we want to learn something and it totally looks weird, like a Q looks really weird, that's okay. Make your own weird Q and love it. I spent a long time at the beginning of when I started lettering believing that I wasn't good enough as someone else, and at the time, it's true, I wasn't as good as somebody who had been lettering for 3 years. But why is that a negative thing? We often believe that it is. But we forget that we all have to start somewhere. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a beginner. We can just take that pressure right off. And that's why I created these 26 Ways to Letter worksheets that are in my workbook called Fearless Lettering. All about creating your confident style so that from the very beginning of your lettering journey, you don't have to believe that there is just one way to do anything. But the fun of lettering comes in creating it for yourself and coming up with your own letters. So I will link to these worksheets in the description box below. You determine the quality of your lettering by how confident you are in it. And you don't have to know everything to have that confidence. You can know that you are getting better in your lettering by looking at where you came from yesterday or 2 weeks ago or a month ago and see that the quality of your lettering has improved, even if your lettering looks different from someone else. The best feeling is knowing that your lettering is so good and you love it so much just because it's your own. We can let go of the idea that we can't love our lettering and we can't be confident in our lettering unless it looks like some ideal that we are striving for. When in reality, A lot of the times we get to make it up and we get to learn more, and enjoying the process is really where the confidence comes in. Enjoying exactly where we're at and being excited for where we're going. So instead of getting down today about whatever you feel about your lettering, or whatever mistakes you think you're making in your lettering, or it's not enough like somebody else, today let's be excited about all the things that we get to learn in our lettering. The fact that we can use a pen to create beautiful words and beautiful quotes, that's enough for today. And that's exactly where you need to be right now. I want to thank you for being here. I love hearing your experiences. I'm so grateful that I get to share these thoughts with you. I love reading your comments about the thoughts that you have about these letters and confidence in your lettering. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe so you don't miss my next video, and I will see you next time.